Sometimes I have moments where I feel like I'm clinging to life. And what I mean by clinging to life, it's in a flash, I'll have a thought that one day I will not be here. And it's like, wow, okay. It's interesting to think about it. And when I do, not always, but in this moment actually, which led to this podcast episode, I thought like, no, let's hold it. Or let's push that away. And in Buddhism, we often contemplate or Buddhists read about attraction or attachment, and then aversion, the things that we want to hold on to and the things that we want to turn away from and reject. How the body mind is more inclined to what feels good, what is familiar, what we like, and anything in any given moment that reflects the other. It's like, oh, no, that shouldn't be. And so when I thought about it a moment ago, one day I will be gone. It's hard to think about that. And I don't mean hard as in I'm suffering the thought. It's just difficult to contemplate because then the mind goes to, well, when and what does that look like? Because before we're born, we're in a space of non-existence. And in that space of non-existence, wherever that is, whatever that's about, we're not thinking, oh, well, what's going to happen when we leave this space of non-existence and become, existing in human form? Imagine that, right? So in this human form, to give thought to non-existence, it's like, well, what is that? No. Wait, huh? And I was having a conversation with my partner, and she shared with me that she thinks that the death realm, to die, is a good, like it's a good experience. And not that she's trying to die today, please not that I'm trying to die today or anyone. Some people are. And may their journey, whatever that is, be with ease and grace. May they be granted the ease and grace. Because as many people there are in this world is as many ways of being there are in this world. And my way may not be your way, right? So to hear her talk about how she feels that the death realm, to die, is a good, it's that and the juxtaposition between that and still being in this world, in this form, and living this experience. The joys, the pleasures, the pains, the heartbreak, the changes, the growth, the adventures, the devastations, the losses. It's such a mixed bag in this tangible human realm of existing. And not just human, just sentient beings. It's a mixed bag. All things exist. And then to contemplate, and one day I will no longer be in the existence of all things as I know those things in this lifetime to be now, is like, and so for me, I want to be mindful of like my attachments, my yay, and my aversions, the no-nos, so that I can be present with what's happening now, so that I can be awake to what is now, and not trying to skip this beat to get to another, not trying to make what is not, even as simple as us going to dinner. And a lot of times We can spend $1 million for a meal and the meal falls short. The service may not be great, all these things. And it's like, this should be better. But then it's like, you know what? That's true. These things, quote unquote, should be better, could be better. The illness should not be mine. I should not have to have a diagnosis, whatever the I don't want thing is for all of us, right? That's true. And the fact that we spend time focusing on that, the time spent in aversion, resisting, commiserating with the not wanting, only serves to enhance and perpetuate our suffering. If commiseration made it better, then hey. But it actually does the opposite. It reduces, if the moment is already low, commiseration or focusing on how we don't want something to be as it is makes the moment even lower. So having dinner, I've had to say, I've returned to my practice. And I appreciate moments of being off the path, because the discomfort of being off the path, like away from my center, away from my spiritual practice, reminds me to get back on it. Because the discomfort of being away from my center, outside of my spiritual practice, is such that I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, I've gotten away from the truth. Let me just be with what is. The service isn't great, but the moment of being with my partner in this moment is great. The food may be, I could have prepared that, better. But let me just be with the gratitude of the moment and the color of the moment. And just thinking about how one day I will no longer be here, in that flash of like, brought me back to, yeah, that's true. And you can't avoid that. You can only be with what comes along the way of the coming. You can only hold the space that you can hold. You can only be where you are right now. And even if where I am right now isn't an experience I want to have, it's better that I actually be in that experience than try to be elsewhere, because that just massages in the angst of being somewhere I don't want to be. So today, I just want us to think about those moments where we suffer and have a grief. We suffer what is because we don't want it to be, or we suffer what is going to come along the way, such as our death. We will all die, and we suffer that, but it doesn't change the outcome. So maybe, we can give thought to how we might be with what is. So on this day or the days in front of us, maybe we can wake up and think about how I'm meeting this day in this moment. And things that come along the way that we do not like, pause and kind of go, this is the aversion. But let me just ride this wave. Be with it, see it clearly, not wish it away. If I can't wish it well, if I can't make it better, may I not make it worse. And if there's something that's happening that we love, may we love it well and hold it lightly. So that if what has come leaves, in whatever form the leaving brings, that we do not suffer it greatly. Life is something. It's vast and wide and beautiful and rich and potent and scary at times. There's fear at times. There's devastation and heartbreak and change and uncertainty, the unknown. What exists beyond this door when the light is turned off and we can't see our way? How do we meet the dark places and spaces, the unknown, the uncertainty? Where do we go within and outside of ourselves in order to be sustained, in order to take a step forward, in order to be able to simply be with and not collapse under? So as I think about the reality that one day I will not be here, and may that not be anytime soon. See that? That attachment. May it not be anytime soon. That's real. That's the practice. It's like I know it, but then it's like, well, yeah, but let's just put that way off in the distance somewhere beyond, right? So as I contemplate one day I will no longer be here, and the reality that I will have experiences that I do not desire, may I also sort of accompany that contemplation with the grace of holding the reality that I need to be in practice day in and day out of being with and holding it. I need to be in practice of being with and holding it. And I invite you to investigate your attachments and your aversions and how the two can create your own suffering. What are you trying to escape? What are you trying to cling to? And when you peel that back, what's revealed and how can you drop in more in the present moment? I invite you to give thought to that. I invite myself to give thought to that and to be in the imperfect practice of meeting the moment. Yeah. The imperfect practice of meeting the moment. Thank you for being here, for listening, for coming back again and again. Even though this isn't my first time saying it, it is the first time every time because I'm in the now with you and you're in the now with me. Thank you for your company, your time, and your attention because, as you know, time is the one thing we do not get back. And here you are, spending a little bit of yours with me. And I do not take it lightly. It does not fall short. And I hope you come back around. Yeah, may we both come back around. May we all come back around again and again.